Hey all, Pi here. As my patrons will already know, I've been dealing with a lot of IRL stuff of late, and it's only going to get harder from here. So, before I have to find a second job to make sure I can still pay my rent next year, I figured I'd do another Patreon push. I'll say up front that I absolutely do not expect my Patreon to make up for needing a second job. This is more of a last hurrah before my schedule becomes way more complicated. Now that we've got the icky financial situation out of the way, I'll be playing Okami for the next 25 days. Each episode will only be 30 minutes long and very light on editing, so I'm not expecting to finish the game. I've learned from my past mistakes that I really need to rein in my expectations for myself when I do projects like this. This will actually be a mostly blind playthrough for me since I only played some of the early sections of the game when I was younger, so I'm honestly super excited to finally get the chance to play for the channel. Hopefully I don't hit any serious technical issues along the way. I have no idea how stable this port of the game is. On top of the Patreon push, I'll also be pushing for new subs this upcoming month. So for every net sub gained, I'll add an additional 5 minutes to a 26 episode that I'll release sometime in January. I say net subs because I'm not going to be counting people who sub and then unsub or who unsub and resub. The only number that will matter is the difference between subs on November 30th and the subs on January 1st. So, if I start with 55 subs and end with 60 subs, the bonus 26th video will be 25 minutes long. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone, but please ask any questions you might have, and I'll clarify both in the comments and in the description so that the answers are easy to find for repeat questions. On to the Patreon rewards. All rewards will be based on the total number of patrons rather than new patrons, since my channel is still very small in the ocean that is YouTube. If I have 5 patrons, all of my patrons' usernames will be listed at the end of every video I release from February onward in the order that they joined. I would promise for January as well, but I won't have enough time to re-edit and upload the January 1st video, since I'll have to wait until midnight on December 31st to call the results one way or another. If I have 10 patrons, I'll start doing Patreon-exclusive streams as often as I can. It may not be every month, but I'll post a Patreon-exclusive poll before each stream to decide the game I play. If I have 20 patrons, I'll swap out my regular int card for a cute picture of Miss Fluffy for February, March, and April. If I have 30 patrons, I'll make some patron-exclusive videos of Miss Fluffy being her cute fluffy self. If I have 40 patrons, I'll donate 40% of my total earnings from Patreon in December to a charity of my patron's choice. If I have 60 patrons, I'll do a patron-exclusive Q&A. The exact format and timing will be decided by a patron-exclusive poll. If I have 80 patrons, I'll add Patron's Choice streams into rotation with normal patron-exclusive streams, where my patrons will get to make every narrative decision for whatever game I'm playing via quick polls on Patreon. Finally, if I have 100 patrons, I'll upload patron-exclusive baking videos where I'll share my gaming-inspired bread and cookie recipes. These will of course be irregular uploads since the ingredients I need for these projects are a lot more expensive these days, but I should still be able to manage a couple over the course of the year. If everything goes well over the course of this partial series, I hope to do this again next year. If nothing else, this will be my Christmas present to all of you. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.